Alright guys, here's part 4 to Wings of Fire Tribe tutorials. Today we're going to be doing Nightwings. I am using this pose that I found on the internet. The camera is not focusing. There we go. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that I always start off the drawings I make with these blobby shapes. These help me get the proportions as close to what I want as possible. Most other artists use a sketchy version of this. I use this because I think it looks cleaner, but you can do whatever's easier for you. Next is step 2, my outline or second sketch. Sometimes if I'm really confident I can skip this step in my drawings, but I did it here to make things easier on myself and to show you guys. This is the stage where you give your shape some outlines and start to figure out the placement of the eyes and the facial features, as well as getting a better idea of how the line art will look and how the basic features of this dragon will tie together. This is also the stage where you start to see the features that will define the dragon as the tribe you're trying to draw, and in this case, Nightwings. Some important features to remember are that Nightwings are one of the 3 bulky tribes, the other 2 being Mudwings and Sandwings. They have very thick neck and tails, bulky shoulders and legs, and compared to the other tribes, relatively small chests. Next is stage 3, the basic line art. In this stage, I'm mostly just tracing over the sketch with some cleaner, neater lines. I also added the marks to show where the underbelly is. This just makes everything look a little neater than before. In this stage, I try to pay more attention to the thickness of the lines I'm using because this will be a part of the finished product. The next stage is stage 4, scale details. In this stage, I add all the final details of the dragon. So to start off, Nightwings have very similar faces to Skywings when it comes to scale structure. They have nose caps like Skywings and eyebrows that line their forehead. They also have very odd set of layered scales at the sides of their noses that start off large at their snouts and get smaller and smaller by their eyes. On their neck and tails, Nightwings have 2 rows of tall, thin scales, and the bottom row has silver scales running down the length of the dragon's neck sometimes. On their arms and legs, Nightwings have just slightly disconnected padding scales, with them being conjoined by their wings. Nightwings also have tall, sharp, thin spines along their backs and foreheads. Not as sharp as Icewings, but pretty close. And that's it. Anyways, hope that was helpful. Have fun drawing y'all's OCs.